The Fox and the Broken Bridge. Full script. Listen closely, because this is a story about the day a proud fox learned that even the weakest thing you mock may one day be the only thing that can save you. It began on a quiet morning in the Low Valley forest, where the river hummed its gentle song, and a small wooden bridge, old, cracked and sagging, spanned the narrowest part of the stream. The animals who lived nearby treated it with quiet respect. They stepped lightly, crossed calmly, and never forgot that even a humble bridge had carried them through storms before. All the animals, that is, except one. Rilo the fox loved to laugh at things he thought beneath him, and nothing amused him more than that bridge. "Look at it!" he'd shout, tail high and flashy. "One good sneeze from me and the whole thing will fall apart." He strutted across it with dramatic stomps, wobbling the planks until they creaked. Why use this old stump of a bridge? He'd tease the beavers. "Just swim, or better yet, be clever like me and leap." Every day he mocked, and every day the bridge, quiet and patient, simply held. But the forest has a way of humbling those who never imagined they could be humbled. One evening, far off in the mountains, the sky turned a bruised shade of purple. A storm gathered with a voice deep enough to rattle tree roots. By midnight, rain hammered the valley so fiercely the river no longer hummed. It roared. It swelled. It swallowed stones whole. Water churned white and wild, tearing branches from trunks and hurling them downstream. The animals huddled together at the safe end of the forest. And Rilo, he wasn't afraid, not yet. "I'll be fine," he scoffed, shaking droplets from his fur. "It's only water." But the river had other intentions. By dawn, the ground around him was flooding fast. Mud softened beneath his paws. A low growl of water surged behind him. He sprinted through the trees toward the stream, only to see it transformed into a raging, foaming monster. The current was violent. Branches swept by like battering rams. And there, trembling but standing, was the broken bridge. Rilo froze. His leaps were not strong enough now. One slip and he'd be dragged under. Swimming? Impossible. The river would devour him. All he had was the thing he had spent his whole life mocking. A lightning crack split the sky as he stepped onto the first plank. It shuddered. The river spat at his heels. He swallowed hard and moved. One plank, then another. Every wobble felt like the world tipping sideways. Halfway across, a plank snapped behind him, taken by the current with a vicious whirl. He gasped but pushed forward, heart punching at his ribs. The bridge groaned, old, tired, but still determined. And step by shaking step, it held. Rilo leapt onto the far bank just as the river lunged upward, splashing where he'd stood a heartbeat before. Gasping, soaked, trembling, he looked back at the bridge, but this time with awe, with gratitude, with shame. The old bridge, sagging under the storm, seemed to look back at him. Not angry, not smug, simply steady. That morning, when the storm finally eased, Rilo gathered the other animals. He picked up fallen branches. He placed the first plank. "I mocked what I didn't understand," he said softly, "but this old bridge carried me when nothing else could." And from that day on, Rilo the fox crossed the bridge with quiet paws, and a heart humbled by the lesson that even the things we belittle may one day be the very things we depend on. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share and subscribe to help the channel grow.